Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend, and a happy Wednesday, y'all! Trick Daddy makes a shocking revelation. Is Oprah being canceled? And I got the updates on this R.KELLY trial. You know what to do. Grab your tea, grab your beverage. Let go! Hey beauty besties, happy hump day sugar, happy Wednesday to you. How's your Wednesday going? We're halfway through the week, we're halfway there. I hope you guys are having a productive week. I would tell you, this has been the longest year this week. It feels like so much has happened in the course of 3 days. But I will say I'm really thrilled. One of my best friends from DC, he's here with me this week for a couple of days, just hanging out. So it's been good to spend time and catching up with people. Saw some really great people over the weekend that are still kind of like spilt into this week. So it's been a really fun, social, and productive week. But baby, the blogs are hot today. The block is hot and we're going to talk about it. I hope y'all have y'all tea ready. Let's jump right into it, sugar. Well, it looks like the search to find a new host for Jeopardy just gets harder and harder, and Jeopardy can't catch a break, child. So y'all know Mike Richards, who was the executive producer for Jeopardy, and I just found out he also was the executive producer for Wheel of Fortune as well. He got promoted into the hosting role, and then all of these comments that he made back in the past on his podcast, inflammatory, derogatory against women and his assistants, resurfaced, so much so that he had to step down from the job. So he thought he was about to step down out of his hosting job, and he thought he was going to go back to his executive producing job for Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, child. Well, it looks like he is out of all 3 jobs. He has now officially left Jeopardy as executive producer, Wheel of Fortune as executive producer, and we know he lost the job as host for Jeopardy. Well, the executive vice president of business and strategy, Suzanne, made a statement internally to all of their employees about Mike leaving. And I'm gonna read you out a statement because I think it's quite interesting the wording that they chose to use in this statement. So in an email sent to all of the staff, she says, "We had hoped that when Mike stepped down from the host position at Jeopardy, it would have minimized the disruption and internal difficulties we all experienced these last few weeks. That clearly has not happened." So what you're telling me is that y'all were okay with this man stepping down out of the host position to go back to his normal duties, knowing he has a problematic past with utilizing inflammatory language against women? Oh, okay. So it sounds like to me that y'all hoped that this man was going to go back into that EP role, and the staff, the crew, and everybody else was probably like, hell no, he should go. And it sounded like y'all weren't able to sneak around this, so therefore, y'all pressured this man to leave. Because it didn't say they fired him, they said that he actually left altogether. Now, or they probably gave him a big old payout, because you know that's what they do for people that are, you know, this color and wealthy. They probably gave him a little payout to leave, a little severance package, and then they released a statement saying that, you know, we weren't able to fix this, so you know what, he just left. That's probably what happened, because you know it's corporate America, child. So for all my Jeopardy fans, the search for a host still continues. I don't know why they continue to play. Y'all just need to go ahead and call LeVar Burton up, Mr. Reading Rainbow himself, and give him that job for 100, LeVar, and get that man a job and get him there so y'all can stop the search for a host, because people, you know, I sound real invested. I don't even watch Jeopardy like that. But the people want a steady host. They want stability, honey. Ever since Alex died, child, this has been the most unstable programming we've seen thus far. But nonetheless, what are your thoughts here? Should LeVar Burton get the job? And should Mike Richards have stepped down altogether from all the jobs? I don't know. But I want to know your thoughts here. Let me know. You know, Trick Daddy is trending on social media, especially on the Twitter, not because of new music or any crazy comments he's made about Beyonce, but about his latest reveal that has happened in the bedroom, child. You know, I don't know. I think Trick Daddy's mantra these days is all news is good news, no matter the type of press it is, because he stays in these headlines trending for some foolishness. Well, in a podcast interview called Drink Champs, Trick Daddy has revealed he too likes a little ETBLG, honey. Eat the booty like groceries. He revealed that he likes his female partners to do a little extracurricular activities with him back there. Now, I'm not here to judge at all Trick Daddy and any of his antics in the bedroom, because that's none of really our business. But my thing is, some things just don't need to be shared, Trick of the Daddy, because now I can't unsee that thought of you getting ETBLG, okay? But you know you got to love the internet. The Twitter has gone off, giving us all types of memes, but you know who takes the cake, beauty besties? One of my favorite internet personalities, one of my favorite bloggers, Miss Funky Diva himself, he wrote an extensive post asking a few questions about this whole Trick Daddy situation. And I wouldn't be your beauty best friend if I did not just read a little bit of this to you. Hold please. And just to give you a little bit of context, I'm going to just show you a little clip of this Trick Daddy interview so you know where I'm going with this, okay?
When you say women to support the eat booty gang, you saying women is eating the booty?
Yeah, women eat the booty too.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't know whether to make noise for that or not.
Yeah, I get 8 out.
Yeah, wait, what? What shit, man?
I get 8 out. Listen, man. Check this out.
All right, Trick, you don't have your legs in the air, though.
It depends.
All right, so Funky Diva writes in his Instagram post, if y'all not following Funky Diva on Instagram, what y'all doing with y'all lives? He says circumstances by which one would eat Trick Daddy's ETBLG. 1, she had to be deported and needed papers. 2, to save the life of her child. 3, he promised her a kidney and she's about to die. 4, she's mentally challenged and in the absence of her caregiver. 5, he won the lotto and paid her whatever she asked for. 6, he possesses the cure for cancer. 7, he has the secrets to stop global warming. 8, he owns the fountain of youth. Literally owns the fountain of youth. 9, the sheriff is literally at her door, about to put her stuff out on the street. 10, she's a corpse. 11, she's on coke, heroin, crack, meth, Hennessy, malt liquor, Newports, and a honey bun, all at the same damn time. Funky Diva, if you don't do anything else in your life, that right there, it's the everything for me, plus the honey bun, all at the same damn time. Those are the circumstances for which one person would ETBLG for Trick Daddy. And you gotta love the internet because the internet now wants this woman's identity revealed, or I guess women's identity. I don't know, but Trick of the Daddy, you could have kept that to yourself, sir. But in the meantime, head on down to the Twitter and enjoy and add a little sunshine to your Wednesday afternoon by reading some of these comments, okay? You're welcome. Let's move on. So let's talk about cancel culture real quick, because with this whole Kanye West Donda listening album, I think people are forgetting that Kanye probably should have been canceled, but he was never canceled because, one, let's lay out the facts. He endorsed 45. He was friends with 45. And let's also not forget the foolishness that Kanye tried to run for president in this last election just to create a distraction and take away votes from, Biden, basically. So let's talk about cancel culture. And with that being said, Chrisette Michele has now entered the room in comparison, because y'all know that we canceled, now I didn't cancel her personally because I still listen to her music, but the culture canceled Chrisette Michele when she performed at 45's inauguration party. So Chrisette says she's now gotten into a place of peace, but she's not necessarily attached to the comments. Okay, girl. But she did go on to say, I wonder what the difference is in comparison to the antics Kanye has had, the fact that the person she sang along with at 45's inauguration party, Travis Green, who I've never heard of that man before in my life, and I still don't even know who he is, so who knows if they canceled him or did not cancel him, but I'm assuming because he's a man, he wasn't canceled. Chrisette highlights that the fact that she did sing along with Travis, and out of that situation, she was canceled. Travis was allowed to continue on with his music career? I don't know. But she wants to know, is the comparison here because she's female? Is that the reason why she was canceled and none of the guys were canceled? And now I want to ask you guys the question. Why is it that we canceled Chrisette Michele about 5 years ago and we have not taken her out of timeout just yet? While you have Kanye living in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, wearing a Make America Great Again hat, doing all these antics, and no one has canceled him. These people were lined up for 3 listening parties, getting a COVID vaccine to get into the building, and yet his album trends as #1. Kanye has given us more reasons to cancel him than any other person lately. And the fact that Travis Green, again, like I said, he performed. She sang along with him, but yet these 2 people were able to still exist in their careers and nobody canceled, but yet we put Chrisette Michele in timeout. who, by the way, is a super gifted artist. So, when are we taking Chrisette Michele out of timeout? Because while she's in timeout, we're missing out on her gifts. And I feel like Mama now is in a place where she's like, who and why would I continue singing? And who am I singing for? And if I'm singing for these people, are these the same people that canceled me? So what motivation do I have to continue to bless y'all with new music? Let's keep it real. Let's talk about it. I want to know your thoughts here. Should Chrisette Michele have originally been canceled? Should she still be canceled? And when do we plan on taking her out of timeout? Y'all let me know. Speaking of cancel culture, child, they're out here trying to cancel Lady O, Oprah Winfrey herself. And so now I can't. Like, literally, we're going after Oprah trying to cancel her on an old interview from a few years ago. Not even a few years ago. Years ago, Oprah interviewed Dolly Parton on her show. And they're saying now that these interviews have resurfaced with her interviewing Dolly, that people now want to cancel Oprah because they feel like she attacked Dolly and harassed Dolly about Dolly's looks and her plastic surgery. And they're basically saying Oprah has a pattern for attacking people in interviews. And so now they want to cancel her. In addition, Rose McGowan has now entered this conversation saying that Oprah is fake and she's a lizard and that she agrees that Oprah should be canceled as well. First of all, Charm One, who resurrected you for this opinion? Because you came out of nowhere. Like, legit, nobody was speaking to you, Rose. And all of a sudden, you just came with the power of one and try to give us, her explanation of why Oprah should be canceled. And she's doubling down that Oprah should be canceled because Oprah was friends with Harvey Weinstein. Well, first of all, are we canceling people with friendships that happened years ago before we found out what people were exposed to have done? And who's to say that Oprah knew what Harvey was doing? I'm not making any excuses here, but I'm just thinking and trying to put things into context. Is it fair to cancel me with having a friendship with somebody over 10 years ago, and fast forward 10 years later, this person is now on trial or in jail for all these horrible, deplorable acts? I did not know that this person was horrible and deplorable 10 years ago. So is it fair to cancel me over a friendship from 10 years ago? That's the first piece. Second piece, why are y'all trying to cancel Oprah over Dolly Parton of all people? One thing we know for sure, and if you watch that interview, yes, Oprah asked Dolly questions about plastic surgery. Dolly handled it with grace. And if you ever watch any interviews with Dolly Parton, she's quite quirky and she's funny. So she admitted to her plastic surgery. She talks about it. Oprah went on to also ask her about her mental health, and Dolly addresses it. Is that not the job of somebody that's interviewing somebody to get and ask intimate questions without being completely invasive? And it looked like Dolly was able to handle it. So now everybody's trying to cancel Oprah over this. Are these cancel-worthy behaviors for Lady O? But do we really want to fly that close to the sun? We saw what Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels did to Monique's career. So y'all really want to play around with canceling Oprah? Y'all go ahead and play with Mother O if y'all want to, and wind up jobless, homeless, and blackballed in the industry and other adjacent industries as well. I don't play with Lady O, honey. Child, there are more explosive details coming out of this R. Kelly trial. Every day, this trial gets more and more interesting. Well, the latest headlines now, based off a testimony given, is that some of R. Kelly's girlfriends are also saying that while being R. Kelly's girlfriend, that they had to fight each other. They had to twerk for cake. So apparently R. Kelly had a party. The girls were twerking. R. Kelly got upset about that. And the next day, he made the girls fight each other. The girlfriends, y'all, fight each other very Mortal Kombat finish him style. In addition to that, they're saying that when they would get in elevators with R. Kelly, and once the elevator door would close, they would have to turn and face the elevator walls while riding in an elevator with R. Kelly. When there were men in the room, they were not allowed to speak to any other men in the room besides R. Kelly. And the most explosive details comes from a testimony from one of the boys that said that he started a friendship with R. Kelly when he was 17, because R. Kelly met the boy while the boy worked at McDonald's, slipped the boy his number, and was apparently going to help the boy with his music career. They got into the music studio. R. Kelly did some sexual acts towards the boy, and the boy said he wasn't with it. But R. Kelly said, keep it between us. And they were friends, relationship for 10 years. 10 whole years. Baby, this is some Stockholm syndrome. They stayed around for this long, and now that the walls of Jericho are crumbling down, everybody now has all these testimonies. I promise you, this trial feels like it gets wackier and wackier. And even though this is not being covered on any of the news networks, no BET, MTV, VH1, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, hell, I'll take Fox News. Can somebody get a camera in this courtroom? But until we do that, Ryan Murphy, here's a call to action. You see what you did with the Johnny Versace story and the OJ story? You need to go ahead and start taking notes now and just go ahead and make this R. Kelly trial into a 10-part miniseries and give us all the teas. We want all the dramatics. Go ahead and dust off all your American Horror Story actors and go ahead and insert them in here somehow and give us this drama, because this is real drama for sure, right? And before I get out of here, thoughts and prayers for everyone that may be affected by the Caldor fires in California, and obviously everyone that's still processing and trying to recover from Hurricane Ida. Sending you lots of love on this hump day as well. All right, guys, I got to go. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, leave me a comment. Most importantly, check the notifications and make sure they're turned on. Who loves you? I do. See you Friday. Bye.